Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to a new video on the channel. Something a little bit different for the channel. I have done this before, but in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a full live coaching session that I did. This is with a player who gets between 11 to 14 wins, so probably a lot of you can relate to that. You'll see me do a full game play analysis with him, call him on Discord. We answer all his questions, give him lots of feedback on where he can improve. And this is something that I feel like can help a lot of you guys out because there'll probably be some common mistakes in there that you guys are making. And for anyone who didn't know already, I do offer coaching as a service. It's a paid service, just so you know, but you can always contact me on Twitter if you're interested. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning into this one. Hope you enjoy it. Of course, let me know in the comments what you think of these type of videos. If you'd like to see more, feedback on the channel is always appreciated. Let's get into it, guys. Hey, so thank you for joining me for the coaching session today. I appreciate you booking one with me. What name do you like to go by generally?
People just call me Hogger.
Well, nice, like the wild character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Did you get that first though, or did he nick the name off of you?
I got it first,
Okay,
but
I bet you get confused with that all the time.
it's happened once or twice. Yeah.
Fair enough. What team do you support? Obviously, we're playing coaching on a football game, so I'm going to assume you're into football.
Yeah. Massive. I'm a massive Arsenal fan. Yeah, massive
Ah,
Arsenal
nice.
fan.
Villa fan myself. I think your club's a little bit ahead of mine at the moment, but both teams doing pretty well this season.
Yeah, I really like what Ollie Watkins is doing for you.
Yeah, he's good hands off though. I don't want Arsenal snapping him up. I've heard he's an
I,
Arsenal fan
I,
as well, actually.
yeah, I've heard that as well. Apparently, his family are massive Arsenal fans. We need a striker.
Well, we'll move on from that then. But yeah, I do appreciate you booking a session with me. Is there any like particular aims that you've got from the session you want, or anything particular you wanted to work on?
Yeah, I feel like I give away the ball like when I shouldn't. I feel
Struggle,
like I
struggle with
just
the press a bit.
a little bit with the press, some decision making as well. It's like I feel like a pass is on and it just gets blocked, and then I feel like I give the ball away to my opponents too much and put myself under unnecessary pressure
Yeah,
at
fair enough.
times.
Yeah, makes sense. The press is pretty OP on this game, to be fair. Is there any like specific questions you want to ask me before we get into the footage? Thank you for providing that.
Um, no, I'm just happy to roll with the session, and hopefully we can pick out some of the stuff I can improve on.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to share the screen so you can see what I'm doing. Can you see that on Discord? Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out iggm.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out iggm.com today.
Yeah, I can. Yep.
Nice. I've got this like pen software I use, so you can see that on the screen.
Yep. Yeah.
Cool. So can you see that on there?
Yep. I
Yeah,
can.
cool. Yeah. So, basically, I'll go through it. If you want me to pause at any point, rewind, go over anything again, you've got any questions, just ask me. Yeah, we're good to go.
Yep. Sounds good. Sounds great.
Sounds good. So, a Bond, Matty, and Messi, I like that. Oh, Erdegaard, Arsenal captain. I'm gonna guess you got that Reeser in that hero SBC.
I did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. He's actually really good.
yeah, he's not bad. He's pretty physical, isn't he, for a fullback?
Yeah.
Okay, so straight away there, minor mistake, but little mistakes can lead to big stuff on the game. Here, it's a 180 pass. Llorente's got decent passing, but it's on his weak foot. 180. There's a chance that goes there. It's just one of those. Just turn before you pass it in general, I would say.
Right. Okay.
It's just a little bit of a risk in it. It's a good switch. I like
Yeah.
that. Not enough people switch it, but that was nice. So yeah, I'd have passed it inside maybe slightly earlier, but it was good. Nice. Very good. So that's a good start. So generally speaking, what you want to be doing on this game is playing it around the area, looking for gaps. And then when you got someone like Messi, getting it to Messi, it's a beautiful thing when that technical there. I love that dopamine rush when the technical goes above your head, isn't it? Bon Matty and Messi,
Yeah.
amazing for that. Once you get into this position, it's very hard for your opponent. You could have gone either way. I think normally I would go there, but I think the angle the keepers come out probably did work quite well. But that was really nice. I liked that. It's a good start. So yeah, not overcommitting too much. respecting the kickoff. Dragging your midfield back like that. Yeah, so there, like on the one before I said I wouldn't pass it, not facing it, but there, I think you've got to pass it because there's, on FIFA sometimes, I call it FIFA, but it's FC, but sometimes where if you don't pass it in the right on top of you, you just get tackled anyway, so it's probably worth doing. Did you get Ramirez from the SBC as well?
I did, yeah, I did.
That's pretty
Probably my
crazy.
most valuable pull this season.
Do you think he's worth the coins? Like, would you buy that tradable?
He doesn't offer a lot going forwards, but he's really good defensively.
Yeah, I thought he looked pretty good, but a bit expensive. Okay, so here, what do you think I'm going to say here?
So I feel like it's the pass an option again. I feel like I passed across the player when I shouldn't have.
So one of the number one things, it's not that often I can relate FIFA to real football, but one of the number one things says don't play across your defence. There, it's Reese's weak foot, and your opponent's clearly covering that. So it's one of these that I would turn that way, and if he does suddenly turn that way, then you can go down the line, or maybe even turn back, shield it. Reese is strong, go back to the keeper. The last thing you want to do there, play like that. It's just a bit too risky. It's a very cheap way to give the ball away. That's what look what your opponent does. Honestly, there, if I was your opponent, I'd have probably finessed this. I get why he went for that, but there, I'd probably, your keeper's way out of position. Griezmann scores every time if you finesse that.
Yeah.
You did well
Yeah,
to kind of cover a bit across with Van Dijk, but obviously, that a good player probably punishes you there, so you've got to be really careful giving it away like that. Good defending. It's a bit of a tank, that Reese, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Oh, you got Barnes as well. Yeah, what do you think I'm going to say there then?
So I feel like I was going forward, but I had no options going forward, so I probably would have been better off trying to either hold up the play or going backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Like recycle possession. So if these guys aren't here, maybe you could have risked it going against two, because all it takes is one to not mark properly and you beat the other one. But ultimately, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. You've got 1, 2, maybe 3. The odds of you getting through here are really slim. There's like
Yeah.
the risk reward factor. I just don't think there's enough reward compared to the risk, basically. So, yeah, it's pretty nice for a while, but you just kind of run into a dead end street. You'd have been much better turning back early, just recycling, trying to build up. If it opens up, fair enough, but there, I think the odds of that ever working are probably quite low.
Yeah.
Okay, a little bit unlucky how it went through, but here, I'd use second man press a lot there. When the fullbacks are overlapping in this area, you need to drag either him or him. Probably should have kept Blanc in position, switched to him, and tried to cover that area a bit quicker.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
You're getting
I
away
get
with
into
it
that
a bit.
position a lot.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you find some people, especially people play the 4-3-2 when they use the overlapping fullbacks a lot.
Yeah.
So when you're playing against that, you've got to be really careful. If you overcommit, obviously at this point in the game, you're not going to get punished quite as bad because most fullbacks can't finish. But later on, as the year goes on, it's going to become more of an issue. Okay, so good to pass there. I would turn there, do a driven pass into Erdegaard. Erdegaard's got a good touch. Ramirez, decent passer. You've got a decent amount of space there.
Yeah.
He's kind of hold on to it for too long. He's just trying to really find where the passing options are. Good line by
I
the
actually did
defense.
spot that before. Like, I didn't know that run was there. So that's really appreciate you pointing that out.
Yeah, you're welcome, of course. Generally speaking, if you see a lot of defenders in one area, it's a hint that there's going to be a lot of options elsewhere. And it's just quickly lifting your head up. The more you know, a lot of people switch their formation a lot, but the more you know the formation, the more you tend to know where the options are. Generally speaking, if you're around here, close enough to the middle, and they've got 2 or 3 men there, you normally have an option there or switch.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Ramirez does do work. Again, that same pass, I'm not going to pause it and show it. But that's a repetitive mistake, so it's something that we've seen 2 or 3 times now. I've got to be a bit careful. I get why you went for this one here with Risa, but you can see on the radar, this guy's clearly been pressing you quite a lot. Just be a bit more careful. If your player's there and they're there, you can play it, but when they're nearly hugging you, you got to be a bit more careful.
Yeah, right.
It's good, held your shape. You don't want to let people, especially with like finesse plus, get too close, but there wasn't too much danger. You kept your shape rather than diving in. I like that. Good switch. You didn't play the pass there. You didn't fall for the bait. It's nice. Maybe a bit lucky there. You've got Bon Matty there. I would have earlier tried to start turning it into a technical dribble. You're trying to like sprint away here, but Bon Matty's almost as fast with the R1 and just much better control on the ball.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Done well to go back there. So there again, you just kind of held on for it so long. You could have even probably gone there, by the way, to see that little passing lane there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you get here, if he doesn't guess the right way, he's in trouble.
No, you're 100% right.
When you're right, you're right. I heard that from one of my friends once.
All right.
Yeah, bit unlucky. I don't mind that too much. Okay, yeah, you should have probably gone that way. Technical dribble's good, but you kind of just did it a bit too close. You find sometimes, well, technical dribbles that players sometimes just don't get going like quick enough. It doesn't get out the feet, so you just got to be a bit aware of that. Good press there.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
That was nice. Bit unlucky. I don't mind, like, you have to take some risk sometimes to break people down. You beat a man. If he doesn't guess the right way there, you're on goal. The risk reward there, it's worth going for.
Yeah.
Keeper's taking you out there. I don't know how it's a foul by Diana. It was your keeper fouled you. Okay, big mistake here. What am I going to say?
So I probably shouldn't have played it short. I basically run into the attacker and give him an open opportunity.
Yeah, so generally speaking, I would never sprint in this type of area. There's not really a benefit to sprinting. My rule on sprinting is only sprint if I've got a lot of space to sprint into as an attacker, or if that was really good recovery, by the way, or as a defender, I have to catch someone. There, you probably should have just switched it to the opposite side. Normally speaking, I would be always switching it from one side to the other with my defense until the space opens up.
Right. Okay. That's good to know because I get caught in games where I'm getting pressed all the time, and if I need to switch it more then.
Yeah, sometimes if they're pressing hard, it's given a foul for that. Okay, it was an advantage, fair enough. Sometimes they press so aggressive that you might not even be able to do that. I would never, by the way, just whip it in like that randomly. I think that's just a waste of possession. If you think that if you've got someone like Van Dijk and he's in the box, it might be worth going for it. If you can lock on to him. It's unlucky that was worth going for. But just crossing a free kick in almost hopelessly, aimlessly, just hoping, it's kind of like not the most efficient way. One of the things that's interesting on FIFA, I find, FC, keep making that mistake all year, I think, is that there's not much that a pro level player could do that like fairly average player could do. Just pro level players do it way more consistently, and
Right.
or make the mistakes as consistent. So I'm not a pro level player anymore, but like some of the mistakes you're making, not switching, sprint a bit too much. I still do that. I just do it a lot less, and a lot less. The more consistent you are of it, the more efficient your results are going to be.
Yeah. It could be the difference between like different ranks in weekend league, I imagine, and being in a
Yeah,
high
100%.
division.
There's not much an 11 wins player can't do that I could do, but they just won't do it often. So here, I would have probably turned. You might think, here, but I'd have turned that way. You can already see he's probably going to overcommit there. If you are one that way and he overcommits, then you can quickly turn that way and you're on goal. It's just kind of left
Right, I
stick,
see.
trying to psych out your opponent. See how he's just barged into you there. With
Yeah,
Messi, if you'd have gone that way, I think you're in.
Just
On
a bit
previous,
for a while, I know.
yeah, exactly. On previous FIFAs, you wouldn't be able to do that because you wouldn't be able to turn quick enough. But that would have allowed you with someone like Messi. But it's a bit predictable. You've done it quite a bit as well, going that way onto Messi's left.
Yeah.
And there, once you kind of bumbled through, I'd have shot as quick as you could because Varane was clearly recovering. Maybe he wasn't expecting it, but just trying to react quick when you get something go your way like that. Okay, I wouldn't drag Van Dijk back that much, but it was good to drag him back, but that's a bit far. You've kind of messed up the line a bit there.
Yeah. It kind of it gives him more opportunity on side as well.
Yeah, exactly. That was really good there with Llorente. You got to be careful getting that close to the keeper and passing. Sometimes stupid stuff can happen.
Yeah, I got really. I was panicking at the time, to be honest with you.
So good pass into Barnes here. He's kind of covering this. Messi maybe you fought this. If you did, that was smart. Messi's probably not got the pace to get in here. I'd have started doing the technical dribble, try and make him commit, beat him. This guy seems okay, but not. He seems to struggle a little bit. If I've got to play with technical, I'll try to figure out if early my opponent can deal with it or not. Some people, when they play against technical, they just panic and they just don't know what to do. Some people can defend it. This guy, I think a few times he's already bit a bit when you've done it with Messi and Bon Mati, so I'd have tried to start running him.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Pretty good turn. I'd have gone there. I'd have gone to him because he's got this little gap here. And then I'd have gone there and tried to Trivela it. I don't know if you ever go for that, but the Trivela around that box there, if you look, you see he opens up. He's in that perfect position there to just take a touch and hit it.
Yeah, he's got loads. I didn't see him there at the time, but he's got loads of space there.
It's happened a few times, I just thought it's good to point out, but it's one of these, I don't want you every single time going for it. You don't want to be predictable. You don't want to always technical dribble. You don't want to always Trivela or always finesse. But if you can make, I don't think your opponent would have marked that. And good chance of a goal, especially if you have really good players. Bon Mati's very good at it. Ramirez probably not quite so, but I still think it was a good chance. But if the opponent sees you can do it, even better if you score from it, then that just opens up other things for the rest of the game because they might overcommit and get scared of that. I use
Right.
2 gold finesse pluses in my team. I end up normally scoring quite a few crazy ones. My opponents start to overcommit to them and they'll just get easy chances elsewhere. So again, every time you get it with Messi, you seem to just put it onto his left. Do you know what I mean? You're always going that way, or if you're like here, going there. So I just changed the direction up a bit. What was it you was going to say, sir?
Regarding the Trivelas and stuff like that, I think it's better to have more in your toolkit in general, isn't it? Just to have that extra.
Yeah, exactly. It's just being a bit more unpredictable. If you're playing someone that you're clearly a lot better in, or it's pretty close, but they just keep struggling against certain thing, or just keep allowing something, by all means, just keep going for it. That's really good with Blanc there. Keep going for it. There's no point in, it's a competitive game at the end of the day. Abuse what they're not good at. So if they just keep giving you the space for the Trivela or finesse, go for it. If they can't defend the R1 dribble, keep doing it. If they dive in, if you keep the ball a little bit, keep doing it. But generally speaking, once you start to get to higher levels, like from what I'm seeing here, I'd probably say you're around rank 5 to 4 would be my guess. Like 11 to 14 wins.
Yeah. So yeah, around there. Yeah.
Yeah. Around that rank, you start a lot of the losses, I think, start to get probably because you start to play people a little bit better than the average player, and then some of those losses maybe just a bit predictable from what I'm seeing. Maybe they start to get a read on you.
Yeah. It does feel like that. It feels like there's games where my toolkit doesn't work.
Yeah, so you went for the trailer, great. The only thing here is stuck in Messi's feet. I sometimes get this. I'd just try to take one more touch and then set yourself. Because when it gets stuck in the feet like that, they just don't get a good animation.
Right. Yeah. I've noticed that a few times actually. It feels like they sort of. I don't know, it's like they kind of jolt when they take the shot and it doesn't quite go off.
Yeah, it's hard in bad gameplay. Sometimes you can't really do much about it. But in that position there, I think you had enough time.
Right. Okay.
Unlucky, I get where he's going for there. You could have maybe though here. Because you maybe could have turned there and tried the through ball. Don't know if you was. I would have been looking for that, but once you didn't, you'd probably been better turning there and just recycling.
Right. Okay.
I don't think I've seen you recycle to your fullbacks much at all this game.
I think that's a trap I often get caught in. So I always try to go forwards, and even I think there's more times where I need to go backwards because I just end up giving the ball away, which puts me under more pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's just being predictable. If your opponent knows you're never going backwards, why he's not going to have to press in that way. You can just always mark the forwards option.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Really good defending there. You jockeying and like last ditch defending with Blanc and Virgil has been brilliant. Really good.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. I think the main thing I'm seeing is just a bit of decision making. Sometimes you're not spotting the options when it opens up for a through ball, the Trivela. It's a little bit predictable. Whoops. It's a little bit predictable, and a good player will start to read that a bit. Here, should have just through balled this. Look at all that beautiful green space. If you through ball that there, he runs onto it. But because you wait a bit, goes back, and that then it just one of the key things in this game is beating the press, getting through the midfield. You've already beat his midfield, but then you allow him to get back in shape, and then it becomes hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like one of the mistakes I make the most on this game is I always sort of play backwards into the press. I
Yeah,
don't need to.
he panicked there. So there, once you get there, you should have been like taking one touch to set yourself and then just shoot across goal.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't slide there, the keeper. If you're against me and I won't let you get there. But if you did, I'd bring the keeper out and he'd got it. Whereas when you were there, you could have easily scored. But he panicked and made a mistake. Let's have a look. So a little tip for you: your penalty. It's not shown. Let me. Your penalty anyway was like about 1 bar of power. 1 bar of power
Yeah.
is a lot weaker. You can hit 3 bars of power as long as you get the green circle, which is easy, and it'll never miss. Generally speaking, so at least do 3 bars. It just increases the chance of it going in. The keeper finds it a bit harder to save.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So even if they go the right way, do you think there's a better chance it goes in
Well,
with
it's
more
just
power?
logical, really, isn't? If it misses, if it can't miss with 3 bars, then why not go for more power to make it harder to keep safe compared to one? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. 100%. Yeah.
If you go 3.5 to 4, it can start to miss. I generally aim top corner. I generally aim top left or top right, but yeah, you may as well put more power on. You're unlucky. I get why you went for that. You've got another penalty. He didn't trust Messi this time. Oh, did you? He's not sure.
No, I hesitated. I thought I'd switch it out with
So
Blanc.
he did 2 bars there. Yeah, I generally go top corner. Like I've even had it where I've gone top corner, like, and I put enough power and it just goes like there or post, and then the keeper even dives that way and doesn't save it. That one, if he'd have dived that way, he would still saved it.
Right. Yeah. No. I see what you mean.
So you can see now he's up the press. Should have been aiming that header there probably. But you're gonna have to be. That's a telltale sign there. If the switch isn't properly on, because they're marking your fullback, it means they're full on press. I would, generally speaking, be trying to be a bit more aggressive now in the pass. Obviously, don't give it away stupidly, but because the way the press is, if you don't get through quick, it just becomes a nightmare. But the switch is still on there, so that's good. Yep, it's good. I'd switch that every time. Blanco Van Dijk, the passing's good enough. You don't really need to worry about weak foot. So just lifting your head up then. I'd have gone there. Threading that through that and that, that's near impossible. Whereas there, if he doesn't completely commit properly there, you can just turn there. And if they do, you can just turn and go there. The
Yeah.
odds when you go there are a lot better than there.
I think I get caught in a trap where I panic and I always just try to force the ball forward because I just want to score goals, and I think that's a massive problem I have.
Yeah,
Because against better players, I just get cut open.
it's just opening up your options, lifting your head up a bit. Feel like at times you seem to, from what I'm gathering, you kind of focusing on one thing. Here,
Yeah.
I'd have been tempted to try Trivella. Maybe he's a bit close, I don't know, but Erdegaard there, I think, has done well to even keep the ball.
Yeah. I got a bit lucky there.
Not too bad there, going for the technical worth it. Opponents clearly showed that they struggle at times. Arsenal old boy there, Coquelin.
He is, yeah.
It's good. Didn't dive in. I like that you don't switch to your centre backs every time. You've been pretty good at timing when you switch to them. Like if your centre back's there and Griezmann's running there, there's no space, so you don't need to. A lot of people just are dumb at times, and they just pull the centre back out and leave a gap that just doesn't need to be there. Okay, there. Could have gone anywhere. Turn,
Yeah.
switch it. Look on the radar there. Look for these passes. Because if you turn there, I don't think he was covering that. You can go there. and if he covers that, you go there. You're just playing a bit smart. You're at a point in the game now. I don't want you to time waste. Like, I don't encourage people to spend like 15 minutes time wasting. But the game's yours now. 2-0 up. Control the game. Don't do anything rash. Don't do anything stupid. Make him work. Beat the press.
Yeah, I definitely think my game management in the later stages of the game could get a lot better. It's like I'm 2-0 up here. I keep trying to push the ball forward.
I'm assuming there you tried to switch it to them. Just being a bit careful with it.
Yeah.
Ideally, that's the weird thing. You do want to push the ball forward, but it's just being a bit more careful with it. There, you either want to through ball that, might have been worth it. You've got decent lane there, or just pass there. But you're sprinting there. You can't be sprinting in that position. Lorente does well to even keep that.
Yeah, I kind of just play myself out of all the options.
Like I said, when you sprint, if you sprint like there, you've passed when sprinting. If you're not sprinting here, you could have maybe gone for that. Maybe a bit risky, or could just seen if that opens up.
Yeah.
Have you got the Centurions, Lorente?
It's the normal one at the minute, but I do want to get the Centurions one.
Yeah, he's very good. It's a bit far out this, and he's moved his keeper to the middle, so I would probably at this point just be doing that exactly. Yeah, going on a little run. It's nice. Okay, there, bit of a wide angle. Definitely right idea to start going there. There, if he's running it like that, I'd have maybe like just stop sprinting, left stick turn that way maybe. Messi's got the ability.
Right. Okay.
You're never scoring from that position unless something stupid happens, and we can't play for that really.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, nice. The double ball roll. Okay, so there's a few things here. Up till this point, near perfect. Now, play the through ball now. There's a clear position where this is the perfect time to play the through ball. Their players froze. Your player's making the run. You can see they're putting their arm out. There's no way if as long as Messi plays the pass, which Messi should, if you're not sprinting, he plays that pass, you're in on goal. That is so much easier than playing an extra touch. There, honestly, as well, you didn't need to ball roll. You could have just gone that way. Think about it. Bon Mati is as quick as them, if not quicker. If you take a normal touch that way, are they suddenly going to be able to jump that way and get the ball? No, they'll have to foul you. You're protecting the ball. You go that way, finesse that way, or if the keeper moves that way, normal shot that way. Bon Mati's got finesse. She's got 91 finishing without a chem style. If you go that way, you just finesse it near post. It's an easy goal. This was nice afterwards, but you've just sent yourself a bit wide then.
Yeah. Do you think that could have been a Travella there?
Yeah, probably. If we look.
Yeah.
At that point, stop sprinting, turn there. I think Erdegaard does have Travella, I could be wrong. Pretty sure it does. He's got a good enough long shot anyway. I think curves are fairly decent start for Travella's, and he's got a good curve. That's worth going for. I'd have probably gone that way. Would have been a bit more unpredictable.
Yeah.
Very nice. A bit wild there from Messi. There's a great turn. There. Ball roll that way. Because the ball roll got the time, you ain't going to get there. Ball roll that way, and then finesse. It's a pretty easy goal.
Yeah.
Messi on his right will score that a fair bit, but what do you think's going to be more consistent? A bit of a wide across goal right foot, 4-star weak foot, or a ball roll and Messi's got finesse straight?
On his left. Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
And you're right.
You're right.
Thank you. We're learning. That's good again. Like I said, I like that. You defended well this game. I think this opponent's someone that, if you can just implement some of the stuff we talked about, but someone you'd absolutely annihilate. Whereas I think this is the type of player at the moment, I think maybe you're beating 7, 8 times out of 10, but you should be beating them every time. It's just a few little things
Right.
to fix. The decision making around the box. So I'll list some of the main feedback I'm seeing, and then, of course, if you've got any questions on that, anything you want to ask before we finish the session, just let me know. But
Yep.
if we start with the keeper defense, that was pretty good. The opponent didn't challenge you too much there. I think still dragged back the midfield a little bit more, but for the most part, it was when you got the ball with them, just playing out the back. You did switch it a bit, but make sure you really focus on that switch. Don't just play it every single time if you've got options elsewhere, but always look for it. Be very careful at seeing who the opponent's controlling, how they're pressing. There's a few times that you honestly, the best chances he got was from your mistakes. It wasn't from him doing something special. It was from you giving the ball away in dangerous areas fairly needlessly. I don't think this guy was like prime Barca Pep with the press. I think you over sprinted a little bit too much. Do you remember there was quite a few times where we pointed out you missed a pass or lost the ball, ran into brick wall basically because you're just sprinting when they didn't need to. Maybe could have done a few more 1-2s, you know, like the L1X passes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Trying to think. The through
Sorry,
balls.
did you say?
Say that again.
Sorry, when you say L1X, you mean A for Xbox?
Oh, you're on Xbox, right? So LB and A. Sorry, I just assume everyone's
Okay.
on PlayStation, but yeah, it's LB plus A. That basically, when you do the pass, triggers the run, makes it a bit harder for the opponent. I like the RB dribbling. I think you was a little bit predictable. It seemed you pretty much always would go onto your player's strong foot, even with Bon Matty, you can use both feet. But that was pretty good. Keep working on that, getting better at the technical dribbling. You was pretty good at it anyway. I think lifting your head up a bit more. There was a lot of times where there's some really good options, and you said yourself you didn't even notice them. I'm not. It's easier obviously when I can pause it and I've got hindsight. But I think a lot of these options, I was spotting them before. Like, do you remember the one on the other side where I said you could have passed to Ramirez for the Trivela?
Yeah.
I I'm just always looking for those. Those are some of the ways that if you can add those, just make a difference against top end players. And then around the box, just trying to take that extra touch or set yourself for an easier shot. But yeah, you're a good player. Defending in particular is really good. Some things to work on, but I definitely think add stuff we've talked today. Could start pushing to consistently 14, maybe even 16. But just need to get that little bit consistency in, really. If you got any
Yeah.
questions, anything you'd like to ask before we finish?
No, that's absolutely. As I say, I really feel like I do struggle with my decision making at times, and obviously going through it with yourself and having someone just to point out exactly where I'm going wrong and what I could do to improve it has really helped. I'll definitely try and improve on the stuff that we've talked about, and hopefully, I'll see better results. I really appreciate the help with the shot selection as well, with like the finesse shot and stuff, and being able to take a touch.
No,
And
of course.
I'll have to start working on not sprinting as much. It's just a guilt. You know what it's like. You get
Yeah.
a bit carried away. You just want to be attack, 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 attack.
No, for sure. I think this year more than any other, like I keep saying, FIFA, I guess it was competitive FIFA's, the sprint gets punished more than ever. Players just take really heavy touches this year, so you have to be really careful. But I like that. I think it is the decision making, it's the consistency. So hopefully some of the little options I've shown you, not sprint as much, will help with that. But yeah, I appreciate you booking the session with me today. It was nice to meet you, Hogger, and talk to you. And hope you have a lovely day. And of course, if you have any questions, anything pops up that you wasn't sure about, feel free to message me.
Thank you, Zell. I really appreciate that, and thank you for the session. Thank you for all your help. It's really, really beneficial. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No, thank you. Have a good night, mate. Peace.
You